This is Primark, one of Europe's leading fast fashion brands. Primark's convenience and cheap clothes come at a cost: labour exploitation and crude oil-derived materials. Primark is part of an industry which is accountable for 8 to 10% of global carbon dioxide emissions, and where their textile demands an annual consumption of 93 billion cubic metres of water. Yet, the environmental toll extends beyond this. The fashion sector annually contributes 500,000 tonnes of plastic waste to the environment due to its over-reliance on cheap, mass-produced synthetic materials such as nylon and acrylic, which when are broken down create microplastics that have been found in every area in the world, including inside human placentas. Moreover, the industry's reliance on toxic dyes spells disaster for aquatic life by polluting local water sources. At the heart of this industry is its reliance on labour exploitation. Long hours, poverty pay, child labour, and even unsafe working environments, such as locked fire exits, all things that have since been banned in the West. Perhaps we should remind ourselves of the disaster of the Triangle Shirtwaist factory in New York City on March 25, 1911, where the owner had locked the doors to keep workers in and 145 people were killed in a fire, which brought about labour reforms. And as the saying goes, history never repeats itself, but it often rhymes. In 2013, at the Rana Plaza factory in Bangladesh, a place where Primark was getting its clothes made, when workers were complaining of subsiding walls and foundational cracks were ignored and they were forced to go inside to continue their work or risk losing their jobs, the building collapsed, with 1,134 lives were lost. The reason the building collapsed was due to the owner, who had built 3 additional floors to increase productivity in a building that was already over capacity. This highlights another key issue surrounding companies like Primark. They do not own their supply chain, and therefore do not need to take full responsibility when calamities such as these take place. Despite the outrage and labour law reforms, pledges for change, including fair wages and safety standards, Primark's commitment remains under scrutiny. Nearly a decade on, the promised monthly wage of $212 for Bangladeshi workers remains unfulfilled, and inadequate levels of fire safety remain. So, what is Primark doing right? Their affiliation with the Sustainable Apparel Coalition, using initiatives like paper bags and reduced packaging, signal a nod towards environmental consciousness, yet their heavy reliance on recycled polyester and the absence of a clear strategy to minimise textile waste and a dubious reliance on third-party production to save costs at the evident expense of human lives shows little has been learned. We are the change we want to see in the world. We are GreenSpace.